Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Wrestling Archives podcast. I'm your co-host, Tim Hackman.
And I'm your co-host, Rich Sigwald.
Welcome to the show. We got a great one for you today. We might sound a little different than usual. We are recording in unusual for us circumstances. We are actually in the same room, if you can believe it.
It's weird. This is the first time we've ever done this, and it's because I hopped on the Amtrak, and 5 hours later, I was dumped off in the parking lot of a minor league stadium in Norfolk, Virginia, and Tim came and picked me up.
All the best train stations are actually in the parking lot of sports arenas. That's just a fact. Yeah, Rich made the trek from Maryland down to Virginia to see the big VCW Liberty Lottery show this weekend at the Masonic Temple. Our buddies from Virginia Championship Wrestling put on a great show as usual. The Brooklyn Brawler was there. We got to talk to him for a bit. He was an awesome guy. I got some pictures. Hopefully you caught our interview with him. We loved talking to him and hearing some of his stories. And he told us some more at the show, so we were working on him hard, try to get him back on because we could probably talk to that guy for like roughly 400 hours.
Yeah, there's no doubt that we would be more than happy just to sit down and record his entire audiobook of biography. So as long as you can remind him who you are during it, you're good to go.
Yeah, no, he's great. I mean, if freaking Bob Holly can have a autobiography, the Brooklyn Brawler needs a goddamn autobiography, right? Like, no shade on Bob Holly, but seriously, the
dude has worked with everybody and anybody, and he's still healing it up too, as we saw.
Yeah, he attacked the boar from behind with a stop sign, dastardly,
and then he autographed the stop sign
for charity
and auctioned it off.
Paul London was there on the card too, kind of a. I don't know, an indie journeyman guy. He's a bit of a wild card. He did some really fun stuff. I had a good time. I wasn't familiar with him, but I liked what he had to do.
Yeah, his entrance was most original. He came out singing the theme from Thunderball, the James Bond film, the great Tom Jones opening theme, and that was something else to behold.
I'm going to say he hit 80% of the notes on that one. All but pretty much the very biggest ones, right?
Yeah, he was a little pitchy on that last note. He went a little flat, but he had full breath support on it, and so it still had good tone. It just the vocal cords for him just weren't getting there that night. So
should have had some tea or something before. He was also wearing like a black sort of Elvis-esque, I will say, jumpsuit with a cape. It was a good time.
Yeah, he was a great character, and we had a great conversation with him as well. And we've exchanged contact information, so there could be a future there.
Yeah, I hope people can get on the show. On a serious, a little more somber note, the VCW guys did a really nice tribute to Jermaine Dirty Money Robinson, who passed away really sadly a couple months ago. He had a major injury at one of the VCW shows and just led to complications, and he wasn't able to turn it around. A great guy, somebody we had talked to a bunch of times at the shows. Clearly a ton of respect for Dirty in that locker room. Like, all of the guys came out and stood around the ring. They did a little video montage. They did, of course, the 10 bell salute. So it was nice. It was a little sad way to start the show, but it was appropriate, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, it was a proper send off for the guy. He was. I've seen him at multiple promotions working in the area and talked to him at every single one of them. And he was always just a classy guy, really loved his fans, and was also just a great in-ring talent. He was a lot of fun to watch in the ring. You could never tell whether he was a face or a heel, and that was always a lot of fun to watch with him. He was kind of an Eddie Guerrero type personality in the ring. Do whatever you can to win, but the fans still love you for it, which is a rare talent to put together. So rest in peace, Dirty Money, and VCW did a great job saying goodbye to him. Yeah,
I believe there's still a GoFundMe up there for his family. If you can maybe we'll link to it on one of our socials, just so you can donate to that if you're so inclined. But anyway, great show. Glad that Rich came and had a chance to enjoy it. Tim the Mushmaster Spriggs sort of was a surprise winner of the Liberty Lottery, which is a big deal for that promotion. That kind of leads to their secondary belt, their TV title, their USA Championship, whatever you want to call it. He's a guy who's been around. He's got an actual judo background, so he's kind of a cool guy to watch. And he was in the ring with a returning Ken Dixon, who was a surprise and was completely over the minute he stepped out on the ring. And Rex Lawless was the other guy in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Two monster guys, and the judo guy pulls it out and gets the win. I don't think anybody saw that coming, so that was fun.
No, I definitely didn't think Tim Sprague was going to win that one. And another great result from that night was friend of the show, Greek god Papadon, walked away with the Virginia Championship heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And his three-way dance with Brandon Scott and Joe Keys. Peeping Joe Keys, coughed up the belt. He couldn't take it. He got ganged up on, and Papadon snuck out of there with the belt, and is got to be honest, the gold looks good on him.
Yeah, no, for sure. The fans were not happy about that one. They were rooting. They were with Brandon all the way. He did a good job, actually, of sort of tying the three guys together. I thought Brandon honestly was sort of the linchpin of that match. So we had 2 out of 3 guys from that match on this show. Maybe Joe Keys will be next. Maybe he's a guy on the upswing. He's been doing a lot of MCW stuff. He's been all up and down the East Coast, I noticed lately. So we'd love to get a chance to talk to him and hear his perspective on the business and what it looks like to be an indie wrestler in 2024.
Yeah, he's a great talent, and I think he's got a good future too.
Yeah, jacked as hell, too.
Yeah, my
Needs
God.
to do something about that face, but, also him being a dirt. We don't like that part. And then there was a Granby street fight with the Boar versus Johnny, the Reason, Elliott. And again, 2 more guys who've been on the show. And noted dirtbag Jerry Stefanitsis was there, being shady, trying to put one over on the Boar.
He paid off not one, but 2 refs who are both twins of each other. There was all kinds of shenanigans happening. He even paid the Brooklyn Brawler to get involved and try to take the Boar out. But somehow, despite those odds, the Boar pulled it off. Jerry had even paid the ringside security to try and get involved, and Boar just made quick work of all of them.
Yeah,
so
it's because the Boar is a good guy, and Jerry is a dirt, and bad things deserve to happen to dirts. So, all right, so that's just the rundown of what we've been up to. We actually thought we'd jump on here and do a quick preview for SummerSlam, which is coming up this weekend from Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, yeah. But just
I think that's their tagline, Cleveland, yeah. It's their whole tourism.
It's like the lake's not on fire anymore. That's their thing. So we've pulled up the card courtesy of Bleacher Report, and we're going to just maybe do our predictions. Let's see. We're looking at Bleacher Report here from July 28th, projecting WWE SummerSlam match card. We've got 7 matches announced so far, and there's a possibility of another one, maybe a tag match the folks at Bleacher Report think. So you want to just start from the top with the World Heavyweight Championship?
I was going to start near the bottom here with CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Okay, yeah. That should be a good one. These guys have been hot after each other now for quite a bit.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins, I believe, is going to be the guest referee in that one. That's right. I think you got to have CM Punk win that one.
Yeah, I think so too. It helps prolong the feud. He's just frustrated Drew McIntyre at literally every turn. I really actually enjoyed this. They've done a good job of rolling it out and making CM Punk basically the ultimate troll to poor Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre's been catching the shit, and yet everybody hates him for it too.
I know, it's great.
It's good stuff. Yeah, I think there might be shenanigans with Seth Rollins. Obviously, you don't have a guest referee if there isn't going to be shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I could see Seth Rollins costing Drew McIntyre this match just to keep egging him on.
Yeah, and I'm sure that will lead right into whatever the next pay-per-view is after this. What would be next?
I don't know anymore. We got so many of them.
SummerSlam is one of the sort of the original Big Four.
Yeah.
So it's summertime WrestleMania basically.
Yeah, we could have like a broken Drew McIntyre situation happening, which could be fun. Like him just becoming completely unhinged and just raging against everybody.
That'd be cool. Like a bum-ass Baron Corbin when he got all broke for a while. That was hilarious. The next matchup is for the Intercontinental Championship. It's Sami Zayn, who's holding the title, versus Braun Breaker, Mr. Young Steiner himself. But don't call him Steiner. He gets mad.
Apparently, though. This is a rematch, right? From
yeah.
So I think Braun Breaker. I think they're going to give it to Braun Breaker this time. He's more legitimized now after that match with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's had a good bridge championship, a gap filler. Here, he just doesn't come off as an Intercontinental Championship champion guy to me. So yeah, I think Braun Breaker's going to win it this time.
Yeah, I hope he does. I think it's been great to see Braun Breaker on the upswing. He's such a talented dude, just unbelievably athletic and strong and fast, unbelievably advanced in his skill level for how young and he is in terms of the business. So I hope he gets it. I think I've never really been all that in on Sami Zayn personally. He's fine. I get that he's like he kind of looks like shit on purpose, and he's supposed to be like the consummate underdog, right? He's always fighting from underneath, but like to me that doesn't work. Then to have him holding the belt for a long time,
no.
So yeah, let's get it on Braun. Let's start his reign.
Yeah, let's see what happens there.
Leading up to a eventual Braun Breaker versus Gunther World Championship match at some point, right?
Yeah, that could be next WrestleMania possibly, or WrestleMania 42.
Yeah, I'd be all
with
in
how
on
they
that.
like to draw things out. WrestleMania 45.
My Bleacher Report app keeps closing down. It's annoying as fuck. But the next one I think I saw was Logan Paul versus LA Knight, right, for the U.S. Championship.
Yes. Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. Logan, it's been long enough.
Yes.
You're welcome, I think, is wearing thin, especially now with this Prime sponsorship and your sports drink logo in the middle of a WWE ring is obnoxious. No doubt that you have ring talent. No doubt that your face makes a lot of people angry.
Yeah.
But the promos I've seen between these two have just lacked chemistry. Logan Paul's trying too hard, and LA Knight doesn't know what to do about it. They don't have good chemistry with each other outside of the ring. I don't really see them having good chemistry in the ring either.
No.
This potentially could be a stinker of a match, but I think it's time to put a belt on LA Knight.
Yeah, the people have demanded it. He got himself over, which just it blows my mind when you see people do that. I love it. He just sort of kept at it, and the people I think were just. So a couple things. One is he's amazing, right? But the other thing I think is that shit with the male model stuff was so bad that people I think almost felt bad for him.
And he turned that around real quick.
He really did, yeah.
Yeah.
He had such a bad that whole thing with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was awful. People were like, we got to save this guy. So here he is. Yeah, I think he gets the belt too. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Who are you up to next on your list? Because I had to switch to CBS.
On my list is Cody versus Solo, but we could skip that and save that.
Okay.
And we can just move on right to the Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley Women's World Championship match.
I don't know that I care.
The love triangle story, while it's been done a million times, has been fascinating just because Dominic Mysterio isn't a conventionally attractive man.
That's a nice way of saying he's ugly as fuck.
And the shaved side, mullet, and the mustache just doesn't work for him. I'm sorry.
That mustache just got awful.
It just isn't. But, like, it is working story-wise.
Yeah. People love to boo Dominic.
Yeah. And so when you have a dirt mustache like that, it's a lot easier. And so you have Liv Morgan, who is like, what's her name? Margot Robbie hot.
Yeah.
Versus Rhea Ripley, who is goth girl hot. Mm. And so you have that nice combo there, and they're both fighting over Joe Dirt. Hispanic Joe Dirt.
Okay, plot twist. They both decide he's not worth it, and they just go off in a relationship with each other.
I'm down for that. That would be incredibly 2024 and well worth it. I feel like somehow Dom is going to screw up this match for Rhea.
Yeah.
And Liv is going to maintain the championship. And Dom is going to cost her the belt somehow.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready to blow this one off just yet.
No.
They've invested a lot in this storyline and this heat. This is Rhea's first big match back after her injury. And so I don't see them just tossing this whole thing aside right away. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think something happens. Liv Morgan keeps the belt, gets to continue chasing Joe Dirt. I think Rhea and Joe Dirt get further and further estranged. Maybe it causes some more cracks in the what the hell are they called? Justice League, the blood,
no.
Dark Bloodline,
Judgment Day. There we go. We got there. I swear we watch wrestling, people.
Well, I mean, Dark Order, House of Black.
It's so much.
House of Judgment.
It's so much. It's so much.
Dark Day. Anyway, sorry.
New Day.
Anyway.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Meanwhile, poor Finn Balor's just over there, just doing whatever he's doing. Nobody cares.
Floundering away.
Yeah. Do you have Bayley and Nia Jax as your next one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I think the big question on this one is whether or not Nia Jax critically injures Bayley by dropping herself on her.
Yeah. I really don't know where they're going to go with this one. Did they just wanted Bayley to temporarily hold the title to get it to Nia?
Mm.
Or, maybe...
I feel like they've been pushing Nia Jax, and I really wish they wouldn't because she's awful.
Yeah, she's getting a wonderful push here, and I think they're going to complete it by I think Bayley's going to put her over. I think she's going to win this one.
Ugh. I don't know. I hope Bayley body slams her, a la WrestleMania 3.
I mean, that would be incredible, but it would be great, and I think it would be a hot spot, but I still think Nia Jax is going to take it.
Nobody likes my booking. I'm the Tony Khan of podcasting bookers.
Ow, my hole. That's all I remember Nia Jax for, really. Is it.
All right. World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, Damian Priest versus Gunther.
Hot damn. That should be... Hopefully it'll be a good one.
I think it'll be decent.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ready to put that title on Gunther yet.
Yeah.
It depends on how much they want to make Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really impressed with Damian Priest as a champion, to be honest with you. I didn't like him when I saw him years and years and years ago. I didn't get it, but everybody was into him, so I was like, okay. And just because he's been there a long time doesn't necessarily mean he deserves to be champion.
Yeah, agreed. And he, in the ring, he doesn't do anything for me, really. He's a huge guy, and I don't know. He's big and strong. He looks good, but I just kind of find myself dozing off when he gets in the ring, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean he does a lot of similarities to the Undertaker with stuff, but just not quite as good. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because you don't buy him as a indomitable, force of nature. He's big, but he still just kind of looks like a regular dude.
But I also think he suffers from the Money in the Bank syndrome. That Money in the Bank title wins are hard to legitimize.
Yeah.
And
you got it through a gimmick, basically.
Right. And so you beat two guys. You beat a guy that was like already really beaten up and got screwed over for the championship by someone else. And so
congratulations.
How do you establish him as strong? But then you also put him up against Gunther, who is on like the rocket to Mars. He's shooting into space, and like he is climbing that ladder. And so do you end the slightly less impressive championship reign to put it on the guy that's skyrocketing, or do you use the guy that is going to the moon to legitimize your champion more?
I don't know that necessarily hurts Gunther to lose in this particular situation.
No.
Right? Because he's still, who and what he is, which is a monster and a beast, and and he's just a scary guy. So I could see him losing. I don't know, maybe through some shenanigans involving the Judgment Day.
Finn Balor costs them the match or something like that.
But I don't see that you have to put Gunther over for this one.
Yeah,
I think you could stretch this out a little bit more, and maybe have him face somebody else with that title eventually. So
yeah, it's just a matter of that it's SummerSlam. If this was like a Backlash pay-per-view, one of the smaller pay-per-views during the year, yeah, but like SummerSlam's a really big stage, and I feel like it's so that's the only thing that's making me hesitant to say that Gunther just straight up loses this.
Yeah,
I think there might be just like a not clean finish that keeps the belt on Damian, but Gunther wins or something like that.
Oh yeah, a DQ.
Yeah.
Classic WrestleMania booking.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully...
or they give Gunther a dusty finish.
Yeah. Hopefully Gunther's strengths will offset Priest's weaknesses in the ring and we get a good match out of it. That's where my head's at.
Someone's going to get chopped. That's for sure.
Oh, man. All right, so then I like the last one here is for the undisputed WWE Championship. As George Carlin said, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, who has the belt, of course, versus Solo Sikoa, the head of the new bloodline, not our tribal chief. All around dirt.
Boy, this is a real fast push for Solo Sikoa to
Seriously.
suddenly be getting to face Cody Rhodes at like arguably the second biggest pay-per-view premium live event in the company. That is a serious jump up from being a bodyguard that has lost like 60 matches in a row apparently to suddenly facing the champion on the second biggest stage. There's no way in hell Solo Sikoa wins the championship out of this. I feel like they're only putting him against Cody because they don't know who else to have Cody face right now.
Yeah, they're sort of out of top tier opponents at the moment because everybody else is tied up with somebody else, right? Like you got Drew and you got Punk kind of tied up. Gunther's not there yet. Breaker's not there yet. So yeah, Damian Priest isn't necessarily a good match if you wanted to unify the belts, which I don't think they do. So I do like the sort of Samoan gangster thing they got going on with the Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa guys looking scary, and now Jacob Fatu in the mix, and Solo is I think sort of the weakest link in that whole group, honestly, like just in terms of like look and presentation, but I do like the whole. I like where they're going. I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here.
The weird vibe that I'm getting out of this is that something with Paul Heyman. The more compelling storyline, at least for me, has been Paul Heyman and him trying to stay loyal to the Samoan legacy, but be treated like absolute crap by the bloodline now, the new bloodline, basically. Like, once Roman was out of there, no one seems to comprehend Paul Heyman's value to the team, and so they've been abusive to him. And I could see them doing something funky to where Paul Heyman walks out with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
At the end of the night. Like, that's like this championship match might not actually be happening because Solo Sikoa is the number one contender, but because they need a vehicle to complete that story.
The Paul Heyman story.
The Paul Heyman turn story.
Oh.
Because they've been slowly turning Paul Heyman face.
Yeah. And
SummerSlam in Cleveland would be a great place to finish that off, and you don't finish turning him completely babyface unless he walks out with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, and then that maybe sets up something down the road for a Roman Reigns return and with Cody or something along those lines. I mean, people love Paul Heyman. Even when he's a heel, people freaking love him. They love to say his name. They don't boo over top of him the way they do with some other guys. So, yeah, I could see that. We just watched the biography last night on that guy, and I still haven't seen the Peacock one, but even the one I saw last night, like, you get what an absolute talent and, like, brilliant wrestling mind that guy is. Somebody for whom the word raconteur was invented, and I'm here for all the Paul Heyman content. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's the only place my mind is going with this, is that something with Paul Heyman is going to come out of that. It could even be as clear cut as, like, Solo loses in, like, a weird, like, sunset flip small package pin or something like that. Like, it's an anticlimactic finish to a match, and Solo is so frustrated and angry that he, like, is about to spike Paul Heyman, and Cody Rhodes saves him or something like that.
Yeah. That has the advantage of making Cody an even bigger face. Like, he needs that. But
right. Cody does, actually, I think.
You think he's losing some steam?
I think he's losing a little bit of steam, partially just because there's no real big talent heel to counterbalance him.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold had The Rock and vice versa. Hogan had Andre the Giant and then Macho Man.
Undertaker had Kane.
Right. And Cody...
Shawn Michaels had cocaine. Sorry. Ric Flair had time.
Yeah, but Cody just doesn't have anybody up there with him right now. Certainly, I don't think Solo Sikoa has been established because, I mean, the bloodline would always came off as like they are the top dog faction, and now they don't come off that way anymore now that Roman Reigns is gone. There's a huge power vacuum in WWE in general without Roman Reigns being on screen, or even knowing that he's lurking with the title even though he was rarely there. Part of his power was that he wasn't there, and yet you were thinking about him.
Yeah. Well, and even the fans chant, "We want Roman now." So it's clear that they are also itching for whatever he had that we're not getting right now. So
yeah, if Roman is ever coming back, you're not going to see him until the Royal Rumble.
Okay, bold predictions.
You're not going to see him until the Royal Rumble, and that's when he's going to step in as major babyface and might even be brought back by Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
To try to snap things back in line. And I think that's going to be the setup for Rock versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 41.
Oh, yeah. You're probably right. So, yeah, I'm with you. Cody keeps the title. Probably not much of an actual match. Maybe Paul Heyman, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to wrap that up and keep that going. Yeah,
because the only other way that Cody benefits out of that is that it's an absolute fucking squash. That Cody just like steamrolls right through Solo Sikoa, and then that establishes Cody as a really big time.
Yeah. Any I know there have been talk about some potential surprises for this one. I'm with you. I don't think Roman is in the cards. People are still kicking Brock Lesnar's name around, but I don't see that happening here either.
He is toxic and canceled.
Yeah.
Maybe I could see The Rock showing up for some stupid reason, but dragging The Rock to Cleveland in summer. It's going to be a tough sell.
Could he get there in time? Maybe not.
I don't know. Do you think they're gonna add a match of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus DIY?
Yeah, I mean, there's no tag matches on the card currently, right? So
right.
I think we'll get one. I'm not sure who
For the championship, maybe.
I guess.
But I would still see DIY keeping the titles out of that.
Yeah, they're kind of a made-up tag team. I
like it though.
Yeah, but the Tongan guys, I don't know. I don't know they're quite ready for all that.
No.
Have you seen any of those videos of them from like New Japan or whatever? Like they are botchy as hell.
Yeah.
Like
terrifying.
I hope they get some actual training before they let them do anything in the ring.
Yeah.
So they don't kill somebody. Maybe I don't know. I'm excited to see more out of Jacob Fatu too. He's been mostly kind of lurking and occasionally hurting some people. But that guy's a special talent, so I can't wait to kind of see where he goes next from here too.
Yeah, I'm also kind of upset that like they've gone outside of the NOI bloodline to bring in people into the bloodline. Yeah. It's not quite the bloodline when like none of them are actually related now.
Also, they're from Tonga. They're not from Samoa. It's a different country, you racist bastards.
Yeah.
So, although they are sort of related to Haku, so I can't be too mad about it.
Well, one of them's Haku's kid, right?
Well, so I think he's like his adopted. I think it's his nephew, but it's his adopted son. And so I'm guessing either something happened to his, Haku's brother or sister, and he took he took him in. That was my read, but I didn't do any research. So I may just be completely talking out of my ass here. But hopefully, so you check out SummerSlam this weekend. Hopefully, we got at least a couple of these right. You can let us know. You can always shoot us an email at thewrestlingarchives@gmail.com. You can find us on the website, of course, thewrestlingarchives.com. All of our social medias and Facebook and Instagrams. We've got T-shirts up there at tpublic.com/thewrestlingarchives. If you're interested in helping out the show and putting money towards Rich's train tickets so he can come and record in person again, it's ko-fi.com/thewrestlingarchives. Let's see what else we got coming up. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a few more guests in the coming weeks.
Yeah, we have another request from Nick sitting in the queue too that we might try to get to here.
Yeah.
Just try to finish out the summer here and finish strong, as they always say.
Yeah, all right. Well, so thanks for listening today, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.